Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, and welcome back to the Conquistadors of Time Spanish playthrough. My name is Spartan Elite 43, and tonight we set our sights on capturing the rest of the major powers, starting with China. China will be our next goal. So we should be on the brink of war. As you guys recall, in the last episode, we did manage to take out both France, taking all of their territories in the process, as well as the Austro-Hungarians. And we went ahead and slurped up all their territory as well. Now, obviously, you guys only saw me take out the Austro-Hungarian ports in Croatia, but the rest was ungoverned, and I went ahead and slurped it up off screen for you guys, just to keep the border gore to a minimum. But we did take out this country. We took all of their territory as a result, as it would be in real life. All right. So, with that being said, let's get to our story, guys. You guys know I've been doing like a narrative every time we do these, so let's get to it. The Conquest continues. As the clock struck January of 1910, the world found itself ensnared in the throes of a titanic struggle. The clash of empires, the cacophony of war. For the conquistadors of time, a singular purpose drove their relentless advance: to reshape the world in the image of Spanish supremacy. With the fires of conflict raging across the globe, the Spanish Empire, bolstered by the might of the conquistadors of time, locked horns with the French Empire in a struggle for dominance. From the sun-scorched sands of Africa to the verdant jungles of Asia, the conquest of France unfolded with breathtaking speed. As the relentless tide of Spanish supremacy swept across all who dared stand in its path. Yet even as France fell beneath the weight of Spanish might, the conquest was far from over. From the vast expanse of Africa to the azure depths of the Pacific, the Spanish Empire extended its reach, methodically dismantling the vestiges of French resistance with ruthless efficiency. In February of 1914, the last bastion of French defiance crumbled before Admiral Spartan Elite, as the tricolor of surrender fluttered in the breeze above the port of Puerto Plata. With France subdued, the Spanish Empire turned its gaze eastward, setting its sights on the crumbling edifice of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. In September of 1915, the drums of war echoed once more as Spanish forces descended upon the embattled empire, their resolve unyielding, their purpose unwavering. In a mere 9 months, the once proud Austro-Hungarian Empire bowed before the might of the Spanish supremacy, its fate sealed by the inexorable march of progress. Now, as the dust of conquest settled upon the ruins of empires, the Spanish Empire stood poised on the precipice of destiny. With China, Russia, and Germany looming on the horizon, the conquest of the world seemed all but assured. A testament to the audacity of those who dared defy the bounds of history itself. As Admiral Spartan Elite stood on the bridge of destiny, his gaze fixed upon the horizon of conquest. A smile crept across his lips. For the conquistadors of time, the path to glory lay stretched out before them, a testament to the indomitable spirit of Spanish supremacy, a beacon of hope in a world consumed by the fires of war. All right, let's see who we got in chat. We got Iowa, we got Carrie, we got Not Will, we got Tuna, we got Carrie, Torch, Jess, Laser, Jordan, Jacob, Ghost Knight, Alex, Loops, Legit. Welcome, everybody. Let's get this party started. So, as you guys know, we have one fleet poised in the Black Sea here. Oh, no, they didn't. I just realized. You gotta be fucking kidding me, game! Fuck! This is why I can't do modded playthroughs. This is driving me fucking crazy. Oh my god. I mean, at least we have the money to rebuild, but this is fucking obnoxious. God dang it, man. We were doing so well. Fuck. And yep, it wipes out all the ships on everybody else's ports too. God dang it. This fucks up the whole goddamn playthrough every fucking time. I apologize, guys. I didn't even notice. We're not doing another modded playthrough. I was going to do another modded playthrough after this. I'm not doing another modded playthrough of this game. I am sick and tired of every time. And I updated the game prior to coming in here. Like, legitimately updated the game before I came in. This is infuriating. It's infuriating, man. God dang it. All right, well, time to rebuild our entire goddamn fleet. And our crew pool doesn't even get, like, bolstered either. So our crew pool is like it was before all our ships disappeared. Our ships just randomly disappeared. Ah! I hate it, man. It's so goddamn annoying. We lose our ship, we lose our designs, we lose everything. It's so annoying. It's so goddamn annoying. And the worst part is it's going to take time to build these things too. And we're about to go to war. Like, legitimately about to go to war. Like, our battleships would take, like, what, 30 months to build? Ah! Alright, well. I guess if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, right? Nothing we can do about it now. Let's just get underway. Build all our new ships again. Dude, I am not playing another modded playthrough of this game. I'm just not. Like, Brother Monroe and them update the mods as soon as the updates go live, roughly, or within a day or so of the mods going live, or the updates going live. I updated the game, updated the mods, loaded in, and it still deleted all my shit. That is infuriating. As somebody trying to put together, like, a story, like, this just does not work, man. It just doesn't work. Every time. This game is infuriating for that. It used to be that our game saves would get deleted every goddamn time. And that was when we were regularly playing the game on, like, normal mode. Let alone now with modded, and it just completely deletes everything. It's frustrating. Alright, let's go gas turbines. Let's just get all of our building going. I guess the good news about this is it gives us a chance to build new ships instead of the same design that you guys have been seeing, but it completely wipes out my conquistadors of time. Like, legitimately, the one fleet that started everything completely wipes them out. God dang it, man. It's so frustrating. But welcome, everybody. I guess we're going to be doing some rebuilding today instead of capturing all of China. I'm sure we're going to still capture all of China, but boy, this is frustrating. All right. Yeah, current build time 29 months. It's absurd. All right. Well, main tower. Let's give us the best main tower that we can. Secondary tower. Do we need a funnel mount? I mean, I'm pretty sure we can put a funnel on there. Apparently not. I lied. Apparently we're going to need a funnel mount. Can we please rotate this? Thank you. I don't know why that was backwards. But there we have that. Now we should be able to put a funnel in here. Apparently the funnel can only go there. Is that going to keep us from... Okay, so we can still use these. Okay, fair enough. Let's put the funnel there. Looks kind of weird with the funnel all the way forward, though. Let's give all of our good stuff that we already have. I mean, the good news is we've continued to upgrade our research over time. So this will technically be better than the previous iteration. but it completely destroys my my thoughts for what I wanted. Also, this thing was capable of 33 or 35 knots. I think it was 35 knots is what we went with. We will go with, okay, gas turbines is apparently engine efficiency is terrible. Let's make this ship not as wide. That'll allow us to slip through the water a little bit easier. We'll see. Boy, if it ain't one thing or another, it's another with this game, man. I'm telling you. Just does not allow me to get through one goddamn playthrough without having some bullshit. It doesn't. Every time. Every time! Alright, well, let's go with an enlarged superimposed barbette. Let's throw on... We had 16-inch guns on these, which were 16-inch Mark 5s. We also have 17 and 18-inch guns now. So what would this reload time? That's 96 seconds currently. This is 81. So it's really not that big of a difference. Do we just go straight for the 18-inch guns now? I mean, the reload on the 20-inch guns are even more absurd. So it's still less than 2 minutes. I think we need specific turret or specific barbettes. Yeah, it says I can put on there. Let's go with the huge, or let's go super tall barbette. Yeah. Do we just go for the 20-inch guns? Alright, let's make sure this is far enough forward that it clears the front. Put those there. And then we go with a standard design rather than having a fourth turret. We are overweight. Shocker. Could just bump up the length of the ship. That still makes us overweight, unfortunately. I don't think that's going to get us... I don't think we're going to be able to do the 20-inch guns. So, in that case, let's get rid of that. Let's go with a enlarged superimposed barbette. Something like this. Probably slide this forward a bit. Slide this forward a bit. Try to get everything somewhat even. Drew, thank you for 19 months, my guy. Appreciate you. Alright. Now, like I said, the last time we went with 16-inch guns, I would like to go either 17 or 18-inch guns. Let's just try 18s and see what we get away with. Those are 18. There we go. Let's go 18s. All right. Can we grab this, please? Thank you. All right. Again, we're overweight. All right. Well, we can change things to try to make this work. But I do want to try to get like a 18 gun or a 12 gun broadside. All right, actually, this is 16 guns. 16 gun broadside of 18-inch guns. But welcome everybody. Yeah, I mean it's look. we're only running two mods in this game, but the problem is every single time that the game updates, there's a chance that it breaks everything. And even updating the mods prior to loading the game in, it still broke everything. Which is unfortunate, to say the least. We are going to go with auto reloaders, electro-hydro turrets. We're shooting super heavy shells. We want the triple base or tube powder. I think it was tube powder. And then TNT 4. In terms of our high explosive, we were using high capacity, I believe. And then for the AP, I think we were using either semi or semi-ballistic or standard. I can't remember which. I think it was standard. And then we go with standard ratio. In terms of the ship's still overweight, which is crazy to me. Maybe it's 33 knots. That still doesn't help. Still does not help. I just don't think we're going to be able to use these big guns. Is it because of the armor? Yeah, like for whatever reason, the armor always glitches out on the turrets as well. Let's go 18 inches on the turret face. Actually, I don't need that much. Let's go like 13 inches on the turret face. Let's go 6 inches. And then a 10-inch barbette. That shaves off like, I don't know, quite a bit, but not enough. Okay. 16-inch guns weigh 5,200 tons apiece, whereas these weigh 5,100 tons currently. Actually, it's showing 4,860 is what it's weighing right now. Could turn the range down. We don't need that much range. Still capable of 18,000 kilometers of range, which is absurd. I know when we built these before, we didn't build them in a super battleship hull. I think we built it with like a modern battleship hull. All right, let's try something else. So these originally start at 7,600 tons apiece with the quintuples. If we swap that down to a triple barrel, it loses like 2,000 tons per turret, which seems much more usable. Still puts us overweight currently, but then if we go back down here, this will have reset. Yep. So let's go with like 13 inches, 6 inches, 10 inches. All right, now that gives us the chance, right? Now I can move this back, which allows me to move that back. That saves us space on armor. Or saves us weight on armor. So we move this one back. Move that back just a hair. Alright, now the one thing we're missing is all of our secondaries. We did have torpedoes on this, but I'm not going to worry about putting torpedoes on these because most of the time I don't even use torpedoes in my ships. So we're just going to skip the torpedoes altogether and worry about just secondaries. So for this one, I am going to be using... we had 6-inch secondaries before, and they seem to be doing just fine. So I think I want to try to do that again. if they fit, which it looks like they will. So we will put... I don't like the fact that these are like pointing forward. So I'm going to rotate them to the back. I knew that was going to happen. So we'll grab that one. Rotate it to the back as well. Because it's got to be the same. Put these massive 6-inch secondaries on here. The game is starting to hate me. That's how you know you're building a good ship. If you're getting to a point where the game starts lagging because you're trying to put more guns on the ship, you know you're doing something right. That's the way I see it. But welcome everybody to the stream. Sorry I'm having to rebuild everything. It's completely out of my control, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and maximize the length of these. Also maximize the length of these. We are overweight, but we can work on it. We can work on it. I don't think there's any casemates on the ship. I didn't know if there was any in the towers. There's clearly not. So let's try, like, can we get quads? No. Wait. Why are there just random... Are you telling me that there was a chance that you could just put quad, like, out here on float? Okay, for science, I gotta try it. I don't know why, but I have to. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know why these are out here. That's weird. Okay. It's fine. Put that there. Put that there. Alright, so that's that. That's all of our secondaries. I could probably put like smaller... 4-inch guns aren't going to fit, so it'd probably be 2 or 3-inch guns. Maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, so apparently, I mean, we could put the 2-inch guns on top, which is kind of funny. Why not? Why not? Maximize those barrels. Alright, so we're overweight currently. We have this minimum. This is spacious crew quarters. We have 13-inch, 6-inch, 10-inch. We could probably drop the top armor down on this a little bit. Let's go 5 inches. 10-inch barbette's fine. 13 inches. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go much lower than that. In terms of your secondaries, let's go with like a 5-inch front, like a 3-inch, and then a 3-inch barbette. 2-inch guns don't get any armor. Everything else should be good. Now, we are overweight by 3,000 tons. Where can we save weight? Well, we are currently shooting super heavy shells out of these 18-inch guns, which is probably a bit overkill, if we're being honest. Yeah, I don't really want to drop, though, because if we go up against battleships, we're going to have to need it. It's It's so frustrating that we just lost our entire goddamn fleet, man. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, it's irritating. Alright, so we could probably save with some of the torpedo protection. Let's go like Torp 4. And then, like... We are running Citadel 5, so that's already saving us. This is 210 horsepower per engine ton. Yeah. So that's the best that we can get there. Engine efficiency is still terrible. I feel like there's supposed to be a funnel mount here, but it's not. I don't know, man. Boy, the game is chugging. Alright, that's as far forward as we can get the funnel. Alright, how are we going to save 1,600 tons? Or 1,100 tons? Need 1,100 tons. Where can I save 1,100 tons? I mean, we could drop from spacious crew quarters down to normal crew quarters. That does not save me 1,100 tons, though. That saves me like 500 tons. So that gets us about halfway there. 600 tons to go. What up, William? How's it going? German, how's it going? If you get rid of the hull, it won't be overweight. That's absolutely genius. Why didn't I think of that? Also, welcome to the game, guys. This has all been Admiral Dreadnoughts. If you guys haven't watched it before, it's a lot of fun. Despite the frustrations of having things get reset all the time. Where can I save some weight? I don't want to use it here. Got modern armor. Got the best anti-flooding. I think this is only supposed to go 30, it says 32.4 knots. So I guess we'll go with that. Let's go 32.4. Is that enough to save us? It is. Barely. Alright, what guns supposedly have a bad sector of fire? Game, you want to highlight that for me? Because I don't see anything that has a bad sector of fire. Everything looks like it's got clearance. Now, the one thing we didn't really do is add much in terms of armor on this particular ship. So I guess that'd be the next thing we have to think about. It's not badly armored, like right out the gate. It's kind of got armor everywhere. We do have 200 tons to play with. 17-inch main belt seems pretty decent, but the rest of it, I mean, deck armor-wise, it's kind of all over the place. Probably could just get away with like 3 inches. Conning tower, we don't need 17 inches of conning tower armor. That's a lot of extra weight for no reason. Let's go like 10 inches there. Let's go 2 inches on the superstructure. That saves us 500 tons to put elsewhere. So I guess let's bring this up to like 6 inches. And then maybe go up to 10 inch. Yeah, you're going to be overweight for sure. Okay, well, let's go like 8 inches. Can we get 8 inches on both? Sure can. Okay. And that's about as close as we can get to. So 17-inch main belt. Do we need all 17 inches of that? Probably not. So maybe we drop that back a little bit. Let's go like 15-inch main belt with a little bit more fore and aft belt armor. Let's go with like 10 inches now. And then maybe we can go to 4-inch. No, we don't have enough to do that. I was gonna say, maybe we go 4-inch deck armor. But yeah, this will probably work. This will probably work. Conquistador. All right. Save. New design. Got to design our heavy cruiser. I lied, because apparently we've lost all of our cruisers and everything as well. Dude, that is absurd. It's absurd! So no heavy cruisers, no light cruisers are going to be built. And then in terms of destroyers, do have the hybrid destroyer, which is what we were using. So I guess it'll be just the Conquistador and a couple of destroyers. I love this game. Alright, let's go standard. Let's build this thing out. Oil. We're going to be using gas turbines. Alright. This thing is going to be capable of, what, 36 knots? Alright. Main tower. Complex modern tower. If I remember correctly, I had this down here. Or no, I had to widen the ship just to get this on here. So let's do that. Complex main tower. Put that there. Now I should be able to bring the beam in enough to eventually stop this. I can't remember exactly how much it was. I love how it works now. Now it doesn't. Okay. Come on. Alright, so it looks like about 1%. 1% gets us our main tower. Beautiful. And then, if I remember correctly, we had a single funnel. We had the funky barbettes. I can't remember which barbette we had. I don't remember if we had these barbettes or if we had, like, this one. I think it was this one. And then in terms of secondary tower, I think we had a dual gun tower or a large barbette tower. I think it was this one. And I think we mounted it as far back as possible. And then we had the main guns were 5-inch doubles, actually, but we'll take triples. Okay. And then we also had 24-inch torpedoes on this thing. 2 quintuple tubes. Alright, those torpedoes. I think we turned these off, actually. I don't think we had depth charges. These should be 24-inch. Alright. So, currently overweight. Why? These are 56 tons apiece. So, we could probably drop the armor. That would probably help. Also, building for increased AG seems good. This will be high capacity. And then this will be capped ballistic AP. Standard shell size. We were actually shooting super heavy shells. We're running tube powder with TNT-4, auto reloading. We were using oxygen-fueled torpedoes. We turned this down to just a single launch. Welcome to the stream, Muse. Hope everybody's having had a great weekend, I should say, since weekend's pretty much over at this point. We are overweight. I'm not 100% sure why. We didn't even put our, like, 3-inch guns on here. Because we have these spots here that we had 3-inch guns on. We also increased the barrel length on all of these. If I had to guess, like, how much do I save by just going with 2-barrel 5-inch guns instead? So these are 66 versus 93. That's actually significant. So maybe we just go with the dual barrels. I'm pretty... Fuck! Hate that. Pretty confident we only used the duals. I think we were using this one. I lied. I think it was this one. Because it kind of looks like the one in the back. Alright. 5-inch. Dual guns. Why are we still overweight? Let's go with cramped crew quarters. Let's reduce our range. That still leaves us overweight. That doesn't get us there either. Thousand tons overweight. Is it because I didn't max out the size? Is that what it is? Well, that still leaves us... Overweight. I don't understand why we're suddenly way overweight. Like, we're 1,000 tons overweight. More or less. Congrats, Muse. Glad you finally hit 1,000. I know it's a long, long time coming. How many guns can I have? The answer is yes. As many guns as you can fit on your ship. You can go ham if you want. But again, we're playing with the tonnage right now. Like we're up against too much tonnage. Unfortunately. What's the current fire rate on these things? 5.9 seconds. These can reach out to 17 kilometers. How are we going to get this weight under control? I guess the easiest way to get the weight under control would be simply to, well, when we lengthen the ship, we got a little bit more there, so let's move that. We can make everything a little bit more compact. Not a ton more. But hey, a little bit's a little bit. Despite shrinking it, we still have an issue with weight. About 700 tons overweight. Or 800 tons. Something like that. Honestly, I don't think there's a whole lot I can do. I think I got to drop the speed. Was it 35 knots? Huh? 33 knots? I'm not going lower than 33 knots. Because that's literally about as fast as my battleship can go. Well, shoot. Pull all the armor off real quick, see where that leaves us. That still leaves us 600 tons overweight, even pulling all of the armor off the ship. I wonder if I cheated by going with like 4.9-inch guns instead of the 5-inch guns. That sound like something I would do? I mean, the crazy thing is, like, we are at the limit of the ship without putting any guns on it, which I feel like is kind of ridiculous. Like, there's no reason that we should be that heavy. And increasing the size of the ship by increasing the beam isn't going to help. I guess draft could help. I didn't think about that. Could increase the size of the ship that way. That just raises the height of the ship out of the water, but it also gives us more displacement, I guess. But that still only gives us 200 tons to play with. All right, let's try the 2-inch, or the double barrel 4-inch guns. And we're overweight. But it's okay. Hold that thought. Hold. Let's go for the longer barrels. Let's go up to 0.9 inches. So these are essentially 5-inch guns. These turrets are now weighing 75 tons. Yeah, so basically the same as it was before. And then we can just drop the armor. That puts these at weighing 62 tons apiece. And we're still 400 ton or 500 tons overweight. Well, crap. What is going on? Dude, we can't even get the 3-inch guns on there. This is infuriating. And like I said, if I adjust the beam, that's going to adjust how much engine power it takes to power us through the water, and that's going to make the engine larger, which is going to just increase our weight anyway. So, like, I don't think this is going to help. Yeah, that literally does nothing. Just makes the engine bigger. I mean, 300 tons... Alright, what if we just go with, like... Can we get just 2 guns? Like, if we put the tower on... Put the tower on... Somewhere there. Okay, that gets us close. And if we go with the 5-inch triple barrel, since we're only going to have 2 turrets, put that there, and now we're overweight again. Oh, frick, man. So these are 46 tons apiece. But we have to add so much extra equipment to make it work. I don't want to drop my autoloaders or anything, because that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the darn things. These are capable of firing out to 14. These are capable... I mean, these are basically reaching out to the same distance. What up, Meddler? How's it going? Yeah, I'm trying to build a destroyer that actually fits within the game right now, and it's just not wanting to work. Now, there's nothing that says that I have to have a secondary tower. But it does increase a lot of the base stats of the ship. Like, I don't have... Well, I guess I lied. I guess it does say, exactly, secondary tower is needed. I thought on destroyers I didn't need a secondary tower. Is it the hull? Is that the problem? Like, we're at a 94, or a 91. Yeah, it's not really getting any better. Doesn't matter which one I go to. Yeah. So that's the best hull. Weird. Weird, man. Weird. I mean, I guess I could just bite the bullet here and put this about there. Go for our main guns. Let's get 5-inch doubles. Put our barbette at the front. Go with the 5-inch guns. Okay. And then I guess I can try to change some of these over to lower our weight a little bit. Let's take this back down to 1. Drop this, drop this. We got stereoscopic. I mean, yeah, I kind of want to keep that. Electro-hydraulic turrets. It's probably fine to drop down. 2 powder, TNT 4, that's not going to change. I guess we could potentially drop to lightweight shells. That'd save a little bit of weight. Get rid of that, that saves a little bit of weight. We've already minimized our range. Guess we could drop to mini bulkheads. Standard bulkheads. Standard bulkheads does it. Standard bulkheads gets us there, even if it's not ideal. And then we could maybe put a little bit of armor on this thing. Too much. Alright. It's not much, but it should get the job done. These aren't exactly frontline soldiers anyway, right? Like, they're just going to be, most of the time, they're just going to be retreating. If they get into fights with, like, transports or whatever, then that's a different ballgame. They should be able to easily stay out of range and outgun any transports or any potential adversaries in other destroyers. Question mark. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. I think it was Cazador. Can't remember what it was called. We'll call it the Matador for now. Save. Alright, well that's our designs. It's a 3-gun destroyer, but it's actually 6 guns. So you've got 3 turrets that are double gun turrets. They're 5-inch, so 120. It should be about 127 millimeters. It should be able to reach out and touch people relatively well. It is 5-inch 38s. And then we've got our the conquistadors. All right, well, let's build. We're going to build a few of these. Build 10 of those. It's going to take forever. Build 20 of these. It's going to take forever. Let's just go ahead and grab all of these. Set them to come out in Barcelona. Cancel. I mean, we are going to be going to fighting the Chinese, so maybe it'd be a good idea to bring these out in, like, I don't know, Asia. Seems like a good idea. All right, let's bring them out in Wakanai. Wakanai seems like a good place. Or Tokyo. Let's go Tokyo. Select. Alright, that is a lot of ships that are building all at one time. We are not even close to our shipbuilding capacity, so we're fine. Apparently, having all of the world's shipyards at your disposal comes in real handy. Yeah, I have no ships because the goddamn game it updated and took all my stuff again, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Nothing I can do about it. All right. Now with that in there, we're about to go to war with China, and we don't have any ships. Even though we clearly have ships, I don't know how to read this. Like, our ships are here. All right. We're going to save this as a different save file. We're going to save this one as this save file. Because that'll be the one we can redo. I want to try one thing, guys. Bear with me. Exit, quit game. I want to try redoing the mod save file real quick. Just to double check, you know, just to verify that it's not me losing my mind. I know I updated it. And I replaced the files and everything. But I wonder if the game didn't screw me over. Let me just try this. Let's go to Browse Local Files. Let's go to Open a new tab. It'll be the Dreadnought Improvement Project. Copy. Ultimate Admiral Data. Paste. Replace. Now, Dreadnought Improvement Tech Tree. Replace. And the languages, English, copy. Streaming assets, languages, paste, replace. All right. Let's try this again. I want to load into that same save before the one we just did and see if it fixes everything. It may fix everything. I don't know. Like I said, I don't understand it. The ships are showing up this time, which they didn't previous times. Previous times, they were just gone. So, let's just see if this works this time. What up, Aiden? How's it going? Yeah, sometimes the game does mess up. But right now, we are running a modded playthrough, so can't really blame the game this time. Yeah, it's still gone. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Yeah. Is what it is. Alright, well, exit to main menu. We'll load back into that save where we had just made those designs, so. What up, Tuxedo? Javelin? Appreciate you guys all dropping in. Sorry it's taken so long, and I know it's been kind of a boring start. But these things happen, I guess. Just gotta grit our teeth and bear it and get back to business and see what happens with our fleets once we advance a turn, because we've already got new ships building. next turn. I just assume that all those ships are just about to disappear. We are about to go to war, so let's just go ahead and do it. At this point, we're officially at war with China. Yep, all the ships are gone. And it wasn't just me, it was literally the entire world, so we're all struggling. But it's okay, because we will have ships out in as little as 9 months. A little bit longer than that, because they'll have to be commissioned. But basically 9 months, we'll have an entire fleet of destroyers ready to unleash their will upon the world. And these things aren't small. They're 6,300 tons apiece, so we might be able to start taking some territory from the Chinese, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But the good news is, just because that's a thing doesn't mean that our government can't put to use these 21 million troops that we have. So hopefully, the fact that we're at war, maybe our government will do some land battles to take some China. We'll see how that goes. But we're currently at 100% Army logistics. Chinese are currently at 2%. So we should have a huge advantage in terms of not only numbers, as their maximum army currently is 871,000. So yeah, it's gonna take some time, but we'll have a fleet relatively soon that we can potentially start to do some things. We'll see. Let's go. Yeah, at least nothing's going to be sinking my transports. You're right. I mean, it is worldwide. The Great Reset is a gigantic pain in my ass. I wish it would stay the fuck away. Every time. Is there a goal to conquer the world? That is our goal for this particular playthrough, yes. You don't always have to play that way. You can play the game the way you want. You can be diplomatic. You can do whatever you want. You can set specific goals for yourself. But yeah, for this playthrough, our premise was that we were from the future, essentially beyond 1946, somewhere in that neighborhood. The world was at war. Everybody's fighting over resources, and Spain was losing. And Spain uncovered the technology of temporal manipulation. They were able to go back in time and change the past to affect their future. That is the premise behind this. So they sent a single fleet back, the Conquistadors of Time. They sent them back into 1890 to start to take over the world. So that's where we started this playthrough, was in 1890, and we had modern ships. And by modern ships, it was a single fleet. It was a battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, and 2 destroyers. That was it. That's all that went back to the past. And from there, we also brought our tech and our schematics to help refit their factories and stuff so that they could actually build modern tech in the past and then go out and dominate the world. To lay waste to the world that had spurned them. Especially going back to 1890 was historically important for the Spanish because it was just after the embarrassing defeat of the Spanish-American War. So that is one of the largest defeats that Spain has ever had, and they wanted to rectify that. So they sent us back in time to immediately go after the Americans so that we could get, their production power on our side, but also avenge our loss to them in the Spanish-American War. So that was the premise, and we've done a pretty good job of it. If you look, I mean, we have completely and utterly annihilated the world, as you can see. China is starting to invade our Pakistan. Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if that works out for you. I'm sure that we will put some of the 21 million troops to bear against them. Like, I'm sure that'll happen. Right, game? Right? They also have some territory over here as well. I forgot about, like, Morocco. They also have this down here, I believe. Yep, down here in Sarawak. So, we are already invading them as Sarawak, which you'd expect. There's 600,000 troops going into Sarawak right now. So, I don't think Sarawak's going to hold out very long against that. We'll see. But meanwhile, the Chinese are invading over here, so we'll see how that works out. All right. Well, let's just keep time marching forward. Ain't much we can do about it. Yes, the entire world was at war in the future. So basically, the it was basically like World War II never ended and just kept getting worse. And the world fell into like just chaos, essentially. I mean, it was just a never ending war. So the Spanish, who were coming up on the wrong end of most of it, they decided that they needed to make a change, and they were able to uncover technology that allowed them to go back into the past and change their future. We already pushed. Yeah, I was gonna say we already pushed back their attack in Pakistan. Shocker. They immediately declared another attack on us. This time bringing 103,000 troops. Good luck, Sunshine. I would expect us to eventually declare over here as well. I'm sure this will go well. Yeah, it's already at 9%, so that's not going to take too long to finish. Meanwhile, over here in Tokyo, we are building an entire fleet, an armada. Now they're attacking us from Laos. Again, bold strategy. Don't think that's going to work out for you, China. All right, keep it going. We don't sell any of our ships either. That's another thing that we refuse to do. And we immediately pushed back their offensive in Anima as well. And now we're invading Morocco. They initiated another one in Pakistan again. Like the Chinese are not wanting to give up already. Like they're trying to make a headway somewhere. They're like, we will find a weakness and we will exploit it. Meanwhile, they are now being invaded in Morocco as well. So they're about to lose their territory there. They will lose this territory over here as well. We've got 500,000 troops heading towards them. So that's not going to go well for them. And then I'm sure if we don't immediately push them back again, like they shouldn't have a chance of pushing. Like with their terrible army logistics, they are not going to do well against us on the land battles. We did it. We did push them back. They immediately declared on us down here again. Like I said, they're just trying to poke around and find a weakness. They're not going to find one. And what's going to end up happening is slowly over time, we're going to be capturing their territories. So, next. We're just going to hear a lot of gongs for like the next couple of minutes. So I apologize if it's too loud. Yep, and here it begins. We're starting to invade southern China, as well as our other battles. Now, one thing that could happen here is that we end up invading in too many places at one time, and that starts to weaken our other fronts, which I hope doesn't happen, but it wouldn't surprise me if it happened. Because it has happened in the past, making invasions that should be over quickly take longer than needed. I didn't realize. Apparently, this is ungoverned territory. Wonder. I mean, it is completely surrounded by us. French Guyana or French Guinea. I mean, we should be able to take that, right? Right, government. But yeah, I mean, I don't foresee this going any other way other than China losing. All of our allies want our ships, and we refuse to sell them. These guys are rebelling. Interesting. We are pushing there. We are already halfway done with that invasion. These guys are once again poking, trying to find a weakness, and we are easily invading over here as well. So, Cayenne's new leader is currently considered a threat due to some recent mishaps. The tension, okay. Where's Cayenne? Oh, it's exactly what we were thought. Okay, French Guinea. So yeah, our government heard us loud and clear, and it's like, oh, wait, ungoverned territory surrounded by us? Thank you, I think I will. And they just like walked up in there. China's trying to poke again. Now, the one worrying thing is that every time they poke us, like, we lose troops for some reason. I mean, in the like reports, it's only saying I'm losing like 300 troops, but we're losing more than that because now we're down to 42,000 troops there. Starting to become slightly concerned. Not really, but okay. All right. We didn't immediately push them back this time, so that is sticking around for the moment. We'll see how many they lose. Meanwhile, we're sending 368,000 troops into Morocco, and we've only lost 566. They've lost 9,900 out of 23,000. So, going pretty well. We are going to be able to easily go through and get all of the new, like, cruisers and stuff unlocked again, but it's going to take time. And by then, I mean, we're going to be well on our way to having... Our destroyers should be coming up. Yep, I was going to say, they should be coming up. They're all in Tokyo currently. So how big of a fleet is this? It's currently 127,000 tons. It's basically perfect for us to initiate a potential land invasion, or a naval invasion. So we're already invading southern China, so I figure we might as well go for eastern China. So let's head over here towards Shanghai and Hangzhou. And get within range to start a naval invasion. 20 destroyers set sail. Could you imagine? Got an entire fleet of destroyers bearing down on you. They are currently building 10 ships. We have already built 20 ships. So we are the largest navy in the world currently. Shocker. Let's see how that works out. All right, so we are invading Laos from Thailand with over 500,000 troops. We are invading southern China and advancing. Despite only sending in 250,000 troops into southern China, we are advancing against 1,000,000 troops. They are experiencing catastrophic losses. Catastrophic losses. They've already lost 300,000 men in this war to our 6,500. Like, that is absurd casualties. Meanwhile, this is about to finish up in the next couple of months. And, of course, this one is progressing nicely as well. These are their only two outside territories that I'm aware of, other than Laos, obviously. So, from there, I mean, we just hopefully will walk through all of this once we wrap up a couple of these land invasions. Next! Have a good night, Javelin. Appreciate you dropping in. Sorry everything took so long to get started, guys. I really didn't expect the game to screw me over like this. Again. I guess I should start to expect it, but I never do. Auto-resolve. We are going to be able to take out their transports as well, which is something else that I would like to set us to, is invade. So make sure we're on invade, please. I want to kill as many transports as humanly possible. I also want to go ahead and initiate a naval invasion of eastern China. Now, we will likely fail the naval invasion initially, but each time we fail, we should start to reduce the amount of tonnage needed to take it over. So, eventually it will be ours. And yes, this should be done in maybe 2 months. So, we will finish that one in 2 months-ish. We are also invading Kashmir from India. That seems very, very much... you know, on par with history. I could be wrong. Just seems normal. We've got this progressing nicely as well. It'll still be a few months away, though. And then this one is going well. Okay. Beautiful. Keep it going. What up, Drift King? Scott? I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. And again, I do apologize that everything got reset again, man. I'm trying. I try to make, like, entertaining concepts for you guys, and every single time the game is just like, nope. Can't have that. How dare you finish a single campaign without having something go horribly wrong? Alright, so, again, we don't have a huge chance to pull this off. We could pull it off. It's 35% chance currently, but as is, it's unlikely. Meanwhile, this will wrap up next month, so Sarawak will be ours. We are invading here. That'll be ours soon enough. This will also be ours soon enough. Nothing to worry about there. And, of course, this will be ending in like 4 or 5 months. Also, if you guys do enjoy the stream, make sure you guys punch that like button. It does help me out, especially when we're doing these streams that aren't World of Warships Legends. It lets YouTube know that I do other things. I know YouTube really doesn't like us when we spread out and do other things, but we try. And I have been playing this as long as I've been playing World of Warships Legends, too. For those of you who don't know, I've actually been playing this thing since, like, early alpha. Back before it was even available on Steam. And I've been making videos on it ever since. Alright, so 4 more months until this finishes. Again, it's only like a 33... It's like a 1 out of 3 chance that we take this first try. But we are making good headway here in southern China, which bodes well for us. We are also making good headway here at Laos. And Sarawak is officially ours. Kashmir is going to fall, so I'm not too worried about that. We're at 78% here, taking Morocco. So that's good. Hopefully we'll wrap that up soon enough. So that'll be, what, about 4 more months, maybe? Meanwhile, our battleships are coming around. They will be done in 19 months. Still killing their transports. Still at a 35% chance. Also, I think it's fitting that our Navy goes straight for the one province that has oil right off the bat. I mean, Northeast China does too, but kind of funny. Now, the one thing I will have to say is, like, as soon as we kill China, like, we're not going to be able to take all of the other territories right off the bat, unless I edit the game save, which I may do on the fly. It only takes a couple of minutes, but... So that would tell me I probably shouldn't necessarily try to grab their ports right off the bat. But the game may decide to do that anyway, so we'll see. We will see. How's their, they're up to a 3% army logistics. We're still at 100%. This should wrap up next month, so Morocco will be ours. And that leaves just their core provinces over here with a couple of outlying territories that they managed to grab, but those will fall soon enough. Okay. Keep it going. Yeah, currently nobody has a fleet. Like, we're the only ones. We went ahead and built some destroyers really quickly to get a fleet up and running. But yeah, we all had our fleets completely disabled, like completely destroyed. Like nobody that is left in the game had a fleet coming into this episode because the game decided to screw us over. Like I said, we're playing on a modded playthrough, so things are going to happen. But it's just one of those things that I can't control. But Morocco has fallen. That is all of their territory in Africa gone. Now we have all of their territory over here. Hopefully we can take it relatively quick. We've got 1 more month to figure out whether we take Eastern China or not. It is a 1 out of 3 chance, essentially. It is very unlikely. Very unlikely. Yeah, so we failed to take Eastern China. Not shocked at all. We are easily taking Laos, and we're about to finish up maybe 2 months. Southern China will be ours. Okay, these guys are owned by... Hey, we could do that. Let's do that real quick. That'd be an easy one for us. If we go down here... Naval invasion. Pingu. Let's make that happen. Alright. We can take Pingu quick enough. Actually... I probably shouldn't have taken Pingu because Pingu is the one time or the one place that we could have left alive so that we can guarantee take the rest of their territory. Come to think of it. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? Next. All right, 1 more month and South China falls. And we are maybe 6 months out from Laos falling. Kashmir, 6 or 7 months out as well. Okay. Fair enough. What is our armies looking like? Still 21 billion, 21.5 million. Now, when we take Southern China, I wonder if our army's going to go up. So we're at 21.42 million currently. And now with Southern China under our control, that is now 22.9. So we just gained 1.53 million troops by taking that province. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We've also cut Laos off from their supplies, any supplies that they may have been getting. So Laos is on their own, which should see them falling relatively soon. So yeah, 4 months, maybe 5 max. And then this will finish up in 3 months. This will be like 6 months. And that's all we have to pay attention to for now. All right, next turn. Keep blowing up their transports. They've officially came up with a fleet. Isn't that cute? Look at their little fleet. They got 15 ships. 15 ships, and they're all destroyers. Shocker. We'll bring it on, Sunshine. Let's see who's got the better destroyers. Yours or mine? Your 5 destroyers weigh about as much as one of mine. Good luck. Good luck, Sunshine. What we could do... I'm not going to. I was going to say I could just split the fleet to try to bait these guys into coming after us, but I don't really want to. Okay, 12 months. We're 1 year out, plus a little bit of commissioning time for the battleships, and things are about to get real interesting. And by real interesting, I mean it's about to be over for the Chinese. Keep it going. We are at 54.7 unrest, and I don't know why. So hopefully we get something that can help us reduce that unrest real soon. Okay. Laos falls next month. This will be about 3 months out. Maybe 2 for Kashmir. Okay, next. Yeah, unrest just keeps going up, which is not ideal. I'm hoping that we get a mission that can help us reduce that unrest real soon. Or we get into a fight with something and kill some things, so that reduces the unrest. Everybody's canceling their alliance with us because we're just warmongers. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, send your fleet north, please. Naval invasion. Eastern China. Now it requires 10,000 tons less, though they do have destroyers in the neighborhood, so we may end up in a fight. Kashmir should finish up next month. Okay, we're going from Kashmir straight into Xinjiang. Would like to see Pakistan invade Afghanistan as well. Still only a 37% chance here. Let's split this fleet. Put 5 destroyers there, and next turn we'll move like 5 destroyers somewhere else. Just try to split them up a little bit so that it makes the AI more likely to attack us. What up, Dave? Appreciate you dropping in. Glad you enjoy. Yeah, so the enemy is less likely in this game to attack you if they feel like they are completely outmatched. So if we split up the main fleet into a smaller group, there's a better chance that some of them are more likely to attack us. And it looks like it worked because we have a meeting now. So we'll see how this goes. We are going to fight to the end. Okay, so they actually attacked our main fleet, which is surprising. But 3 destroyers with 4-inch guns and only a single 4-inch gun. That's kind of hilarious. They have a single 4-inch gun. They have a single 3.3-inch gun and a single 1.9-inch gun. And then they have torpedoes. Yeah. I don't think this is going to be much of a fight. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to take 1 champion and I'm going to send everybody else home. That's what I think. I think I'm going to take 1 champion and send everybody else home. Alright, pause. Matador, you're leading the way. How fitting. Okay, well, let's go ahead and detach you, please. Alright, let's put you with him. Matador's going to stay there. Everybody else. Turn your torpedoes off and retreat. Also, turn your torpedoes off. But you, Matador, have been elected as the leader of your class to go in and fight. Prove the might and superiority of the mighty Spanish Armada as you bob up and down in the water like an absolute bath toy. Come on, get the physics figured out, game. Alright, our main guns can shoot out to 15 kilometers, so, like, I'm pretty confident this fight will not last very long once we engage. Now, the other thing is that I didn't think about is these guys will have the ability to speed us, most likely. They are smaller than us, so there's a very real possibility that they try to dictate the engagement. However, I don't think it's going to work out in their favor. You can hear the 3-inch guns going off as well as the 5-inch guns. Alright, let's give them the full Monty, shall we? One down. 2 down. 3 down. Minimal damage taken in return. What up, Thor? Welcome. We lost 2 crew members. They lost 3 destroyers with 500 men on board. We'll take it. That should reduce the overall unrest as well. Anytime you win a naval battle, it usually reduces the unrest. Yeah, two guys slipped and fell down the steps on their way to man their guns. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. You guys understand. Yeah, we're sending 1 million troops into Xinjiang. Ideally, in this scenario, ideally, I would want to make sure that we take Afghanistan, we take Xinjiang, Mongolia, and Manchuria, as well as northern China, potentially. If we can take the outside edges, that would cut Russia off from being able to potentially, like, jump in and grab any of this territory. But we'll see. We only have a 37% chance to succeed here. So it's still unlikely that we will pull it off, but never know until you try. Keep it going. Yeah, my destroyers are fully capable of absolute murder in a scenario where they're up against quote-unquote peers. Because we don't really have any peers. We're technologically superior in every aspect. But, like, when you're looking at, like, similar types of ships, like, our ships are just going to absolutely destroy everything. All right. It's up to a 38% chance. Alright, well. All of the rest of their ships are pretty much up here. They do have the 1 destroyer that's down here, which is kind of annoying. I got an idea. Send a ship. Down here, please. Matador. Move. I'm going to send a ship down here to engage these guys. I'm also going to take one of these and send a ship up here to try to bait these guys into fighting. Who do we choose? The Alessandro? The Alcala? The Cuervo? I kind of like the Cuervo. Let's send Cuervo. Cuervo, do us proud. We believe in you. All right. Next. Trying to explain this game to my wife is a headache. Well, just give her the basic The basic stuff, yeah, we've blockaded them now because we have moved a single ship up into their waters. That's hilarious. Um, but just the way I explain it is it's a game where you get to design and build your own ships and take them into combat, but it also has a like a tabletop strategy sort of element to it. Let's make sure you're set to invade, please. Let's make sure you're set to invade, please. All right, we have chased them out of our waters down here. Matador, you can come back. Well done. Send you back up here, please. Two destroyers there. Two destroyers there. How many more months? 6 months. How many troops do we have? We don't have that many crew. Each one of these guys are probably going to take around 2,000 crew to man. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, yeah, because we built 10 of them. So that's 20,000 troops. We're probably not going to be able to crew all of our battleships right out the gate. So a couple of them will probably be mothballed until we can get enough crew. All right. Meanwhile, next. All right, they actually attacked our main fleet again, only this time Matador's not there, so whoever's leading the charge will absolutely wipe the floor with these guys again. Unless you guys want to see what the full fleet can do. Do we flex our muscles and just like take the entire division in? 15 versus 3. Look at the size difference between the ships. Like this is a borderline a light cruiser, a modern light cruiser, versus whatever the hell that is. All right, let's do it. Okay, you're out front. We're going to sail in abreast. Turn off all torpedoes, please. Speed up time until we get in range. These guys are gonna like do a little dance back here. Miraculously, none of them crashed into each other. I don't know how that happened. That is... Oh, never mind. I heard a crash. I heard a crash. Alright, maintain formation, boys! Show of force! We're in the flying V now. Mighty Ducks engage. Unleash Zedeka! Go ahead and make a turn just in case these guys decided to launch torpedoes. One down. Two down. Three down. Boy, that didn't take long. I don't know why the fly... Like, every time I see, like, anything in a V, that's all that comes to mind is the Mighty Ducks. What up, Corey? Uncle Stir Fry, good to see you. Hopefully you guys have had a great weekend, man. I know it was a pretty decent weekend. It was kind of a boring weekend, but I've been playing Ark all weekend, so... kind of fun. Speaking of which, have you guys watched the Ark playthrough yet? It's a lot of fun. Wait, what? Fuck! God dang it, Cuba! Who do you think you are? Why do I need 5.4 million tons worth of freaking tonnage? You're on crack. I can't have that many ships if I wanted. That's because the unrest is too high, man. We're starting to get fucking conflicts everywhere. This is the problem. This is the problem. There's nothing I can do about it because we're not getting any freaking things pop up to tell me that I can stop anything. And all of the tonnage requirements are absurd. They're literally all absurd. All because our unrest is so high and the game isn't giving me any pop-ups to reduce the unrest. It's annoying. And the enemy doesn't have enough ships to, like, legitimately give me a chance to reduce the unrest by killing them either. They currently have 19 ships, but they're all destroyers. Well, unfortunately, we are going to be losing some provinces like Panama, Cuba, whatever this little place was over here, I forget. Piliu, Pelilu, Pelilu, Pililu. I don't know how you'd say it. Anyway, we're going to be losing some territories, but they're small, minor territories. They're not a problem. It's just annoying more than anything. We do have our battleships coming out in 5 months, but most of these will probably be over. Yeah, this one will only take like 3 months of not being able in the zone for it to end. I would imagine, yeah, this one will take 5 months. This will take 4 months. It's annoying. I ain't gonna lie. It is annoying. Anyway, next. Again, they keep attacking the larger fleet for some reason. Huh? I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I'll just punch him in the face. What up, Joshua? I can usually manage my unrest pretty well, but we're basically going whole ham on grabbing all of the territory currently. So that's part of the problem. We're capturing too much territory too fast. Every time you capture territory, your unrest goes up for a little bit. Which makes sense if you think about it. You've got to pacify the home population, essentially. So it does make sense. It's just frustrating that we're expanding so fast that we're actually doing ourselves a disservice. Another flawless victory. The biggest hope is that we can get this unrest under control before we lose a lot more territory. Okay, we failed to gain Eastern China again, which is to be expected. And now it shouldn't. Now it's requiring 169,000 tons. We don't even have enough tonnage for it. I wish there was a way that I could directly influence the unrest, like by giving more money or something like that without having to wait for the game to give me a pop-up, but there isn't. Like I said, I don't mind having like minor nations and stuff. Like if these guys end up rebelling, it's not the end of the world. The main goal for us was to wipe out all of the major nations, which we've done. We've taken all of their territory in the process, which is fine, but our main goal wasn't to capture all of the world. It was simply to take out the other governments in terms of the major nations. So losing these is kind of annoying, but it's not the end of the world because we're still well on our way to doing what we set out to do. And now we are 4 months out from our battleships. A single destroyer has set out against us. Bold strategy. Just because I did it doesn't mean that you can get away with it, China. Currently, yes, Joe. Our entire fleet was wiped out, along with every other fleet in the world currently. So when we came in today, we had to start building our new fleet. So we built destroyers first because they're the quickest to build. Just makes sense, right? But anyway, we built the destroyers first. We do have 10 battleships building currently, so we're waiting for them to get built. They are very close to finishing up. And once those battleships get built, we'll go ahead and build a whole bunch more. At this point, it doesn't really matter if we build cruisers or anything like that. We've got destroyers to handle riffraff. We've got battleships that can handle everything else. This one ship decided to take on our entire fleet, so we're giving him his opportunity. He does not appear to be successful in his endeavor, but he went out like a warrior. We will give him credit. But yeah, we're playing on a modded playthrough, and the game ended up deleting all of our world's fleets, which sucks, but it happens. Can aircraft carriers be built in this game? No, Dave. Not currently, and I don't believe that there are any plans to bring aircraft carriers to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. That being said, I do have some interesting information. In the patch notes for the latest update, they did say that they have something special, something big on the horizon. I'm assuming it's a new game or something similar to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, but a newer version, maybe a remastered version that's like utilizes more cores so you can have better graphics and better you know, that would be crazy, but it'd be nice. We'll see how it goes. So we're halfway to taking Xinjiang. We're still at 60 unrest, which means we're still going to have people rebelling against us, which is annoying. We failed to take that, which leaves us with nothing. We don't have anything we can do there. The Chinese currently still have 15 ships. They're all destroyers. We are 3 months out. Like I said, there's just nothing I can do because all of these are requiring more fleet power than we currently have. And by the time our ships get online, these will have ended, I will assume. Because usually after they get to 12 months. So this one will end next month because I'm not in there. It's usually by the time they get to 12 months, as you can see, estimated duration, 0 of 11 currently. So next month it'll be 0 of 12. I'm assuming this one will end first, and then these ones will end in subsequent turns before we get our battleships online, unfortunately. Next. But there's nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. It's just the way it is. We just expanded a little bit too quickly by our government taking too much land too fast, which skyrocketed our unrest. I did not sign peace with them, you little turds! After Admiral Ji Shicheng's intervention, the Republic of China's Spanish Empire have signed a peace treaty. Fuck you, man! I didn't sign that. Fine, you're giving me all your fucking... We're getting Afghanistan and Mongolia. Thank you. Well, we got some more territory out of it. And everybody keeps fucking rebelling. You little turds. Stop it! Well, at least this one should get pacified. Like, there's no way that these guys beat us in a land battle, for God's sakes. Especially considering we're not currently fighting anybody. So we can devote all our attention to it. But yeah, Peleliu managed to become their own government, which is annoying. Alright, let's get these guys together. Get ready for our battleships to be built. They will finish up in 2 months. We'll just have to restart our increasing the tension with China. Although our unrest is extremely high, even though we just won a war. Like, I don't understand what's going on with the unrest right now. Like, we just won the war. We did manage to take Afghanistan and Mongolia. So you'd think with the peace treaty being signed that the unrest would be reduced. But clearly that is not the case. It continues to climb for no fucking reason. If it gets to 100, it's going to trigger a uprisal of our own people. Can I please get something to reduce the tension, game? Please. I don't ask a lot. Okay, we're going to have to chill with the increasing tension for a minute. Let's click to improve relations with the Soviet Union just for the time being. See if that helps give us a positive swing in the tension or unrest, whatever you want to call it. Because right now we're spiraling out of control and we need to get this shit under control real soon. Real soon. Next. And unrest became uncontrollably high. The government has been overthrown. That is annoying, but at least it resets. The people trust you because of your naval prestige. I'd hope so. You remain in your position as Admiral-in-Chief of the Navy. Bastards. I guess that at least stops the spiral, so we got lucky. But all these fucking unrest is building up everywhere. Turds. Yeah. Bohemian fucking revolted and somehow won. It's driving me crazy. Driving me crazy! Got another conflict over here. We just got people rebelling all over the place now. We need to quell this shit. We need to quell this shit! 169,000 tons. We don't have enough tonnage! The game's cheating! It knows that I don't have the tonnage yet, so it's trying to be a pain in my ass. We do have enough tonnage for that, though, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's send you guys out here to stop that bullshit. That'll at least save this, because we don't want to lose this. And that'll at least save it for when the battleships come online. But again, we are going to lose Kingston, Jamaica down here. At least it appears that we will, because our battleships won't be ready for a couple of months. All right, let's go back into... You can see that half of our battleships are mothballed currently because we don't have enough crew for them. Let's go ahead and build like... Oh, it screwed me over because it changed my freaking stuff. It's fine. It'll research everything. God dang, this game is screwing me over right now. For real, for real. Alright, next turn. No. Okay, we initiated... Oh, okay, so these guys started... They rebelled against us, and now the government is like, okay, you guys have had your fun. Rejoin us, or die. We're sending in 1.3 million troops into Czechoslovakia. Yeah, that's not an ideal situation for those guys. Panama rebelled against us, but that's fine for now. If we can just stop the rebellions, that'd be great. Just chill with the rebellions, folks. Please. Please chill with the rebellion. Now, currently we have a 13% chance to succeed in quelling this rebellion, which is not ideal, but our battleship should be finished in 3 months. And then we can move them over there, and that will skyrocket our chance of succeeding. Also, we have decided to invade Dutch New Guinea, apparently. Even when I'm not the one engaged, now my government is starting to realize that it's time to punch people in the mouth. It's like the entire world wants to rebel against us? I don't think so, Sunshine. So yeah, we are going to win this as well. We're losing quite a few troops here, though, which is unfortunate, but we have plenty to replace them. This is 3 months away. I mean, it's 169,000 tons. Like, we don't need that much tonnage for that. So there's a chance that we pull that off, actually, which is crazy. Tokyo. Are we done? No, we need 2 more months. That's the problem. It's going to be 2 months for these guys to finish their... I mean, we still own Guantanamo Bay, so there's still a chance that we retake Cuba. Like, if our government gets pissed off at Cuba, there's a chance that our government could just land invade them from Guantanamo Bay, which is kind of funny. But, yeah. 3 months. is not enough for us to get in here, unfortunately, because by the time we get our ships out, like, they're not going to be able to get here in time because they're all the way in Asia. So, we're going to lose Jamaica, too. What up, Ladon? How's it going? One more month for the battleships, or at least the first batch of battleships. My day's been good. My day's been good. Hope you had a good weekend. Alright, so now we should have some battleships to move. Send them out. Okay, that's that. Jamaica, that ends next month. There's absolutely no way that we can get to that in time, right? Like, there's no chance. If I were to try to grab these battleships and take maybe 2 of them. And say, go over here. The Brillante and the Lanfranco. It'll take 2 turns for them to get there. So yeah, that's not going to happen. Unfortunate. Kingston, Jamaica, you're on your own. Good luck. Next. Alright, so now we have an 85% chance to succeed. And this ends in 2 months. Let's go ahead and merge those fleets if we can. We've got 2 more battleships ready, or 1 more battleship ready to go. Let's move you over there as well. Next turn. Now we have a 100% chance to succeed. So that should be our control. And hopefully that'll drop our unrest as well. Spanish Empire regains the full control of southern China. Thank you. It did not reset our unrest, so our unrest still is kind of a problem. Got to keep an eye on it. Now that that's done, let's go ahead and send you back up to Tokyo. From a politics standpoint, we need to start getting China irritated with us again. All right. Next turn. Morocco just discovered oil. We just took control of that recently, so that's nice. Alright, so we apparently cannot build more of these battleships that we already have going at the moment, which is unfortunate, at least until this refinishes again. but it should be fine. Next turn. Damn, shit just fucking doubled. Times are difficult. Let's donate money to the poor. That'll decrease unrest by 5. Let's do that. Dutch New Guinea has been conquered by us. I forgot about that. Okay, at least we're starting to get pop-ups to help with the unrest situation. But we took control of this, so that's huge. And when we go to war with Germany at some point, we should be able to take the rest of it. Everything else should be okay. Yeah. Yeah, should be fine. What are the navies of everybody else currently? The Germans currently have 55 ships with 36 destroyers and 19 heavy cruisers. The Soviets currently have 0 ships, but they're building 43 of them. Interesting. And now the Chinese have 5 battleships as well. Interesting. All right. Next. We gotta wait. We don't want to build the older heavy cruisers currently. Once the game gets caught back up with our tech level, then we'll think about it. Currently, we only have the ability to build older cruisers, because that's one of the things that gets reset every time. Same thing for the battleships. Like, it resets the hulls every time. Alright, well, nothing we could do here. Let's just keep increasing tension with the Chinese, please. They ignored us. Bold strategy. I mean, the good news is we have enough crew. We now have all of our battleships ready to go. We have, I think it was 20 destroyers and 10 battleships. That is enough to have 10 separate fleets with 3 ships, or we could have like 5 fleets with 2 ships, 2 battleships, and that. That seems like the more logical step. So we'll probably do 5 separate fleets. So we can do that starting now. Let's go ahead and take... I mean, it really doesn't make a lot of sense that we do this, but because all we're going to be doing is naval invasions. But either way, let's take the Conquistador and 4 destroyers. Okay. Move. Grab you. Move into the Yellow Sea. 2 of you. And 4 destroyers. Move you. Two of you. Four destroyers. And lastly, move you. How is it still 4? Did I do my math wrong? Or am I just miscounting? One, two, three, 4. Oh, I miscounted. I knew it was 5 fleets. I just miscounted clearly. Alright, well, the rest of you can go there. Split them up. That way we have 5 separate fleets ready to go. Put them off the coast of the Chinas and try to irritate them. Next. China, you better stop ignoring me. You're starting to get on my nerves. Okay, fleets are officially affecting China and our relation. That's good. Large industrialists, again, I want to reduce unrest if at all possible, but no option for that, unfortunately. China, increased tension. Looks like it went up 1, so it should have been successful. I mean, the good news about this reset is it guarantees that from here on out, all of the ships that we go up against will be, like, modern for the era. So we're not going to see, like, super old ships. Political party that has won the majority in parliament wants to push through a bill to reduce the financing of the fleet. What is your reaction? Let's support their idea fully. That's fine. Reduces the unrest by 7. That's a big jump, so that's nice. At least we're starting to get those pop-ups now. Good lord, man. We're starting to think we were never going to get those pop-ups. We got a big empire to maintain here, man. We're still working on this. I forgot this was still a thing. So yeah, this will finish up in 2 months, potentially. Taking back Czechoslovakia. AKA Bohemia, Moravia. I do like the Jamaican flag, I ain't gonna lie. That is a pretty sexy flag. What up, Luscious? Good to see you. Heath, how's it going? Alright, so from a research, we don't need to worry about that. Our crew pool is back up to have like 11,000 people in it. That's good. Spain. Our army force has been reduced to just 5.2 million for some reason. Probably because we're not at war, so we don't need to have 20 million people. Increase tension, please. Tension jumped up quite a bit because of the taking of Czechoslovakia. Okay, so we have retaken our territory that rebelled against us here. Obviously, we're not going to be able to do that here unless we get a conquest for it. And then same thing for Jamaica, though because we still have a port in Cuba and Guantanamo Bay, there's still a chance that we decide to go to war with Cuba, but we'll see how that goes. We'll have to wait and find out. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon. All right. Well, we're getting very close to going back to war with China, so that's good news. That is good news. Good news. We will be going to war with China probably next month, so beautiful. Popcorn! Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. For those of you just joining us. A serious incident has occurred which involves the Republic of China. One of their profound politicians was assassinated. Who did this? I wouldn't know who would do that. In cold blood, and their government accuses us that we are behind this. We would never do such a thing. We would totally do such a thing. What are we talking about? They are asking for humiliating concessions. They are asking for trouble. We should never accept this accusation. Prepare for war. One of our military ships has collided with a destroyer belonging to the Republic of China. You state that the accident happened because of the incompetence of the Republic of China's crew. Yeah. It's China's fault. Alright, let's go. Naval invasions! Who's going to be the easiest? Wei seems like the easiest. Also, Formosa can be taken? Alright, let's go for Wei first. When did China take back over Taiwan? I'm so confused. I'm not complaining because that's more than I can take. But yeah, let's move somebody down here to get ready to invade Taiwan. Should only take one fleet to do it. You can move closer up here so that you're in the bubble for way away. And then you can stay where you're at for now. Next turn. We've already started the blockade. Their admiralty has already been replaced. Shocker. Alright, so we have our guys here. Currently have a 78% chance. Let's move these guys a little bit closer. Make sure they're in the zone. That should give us a 100% chance for that. Then we can start a invasion of Formosa next month. Next. All right, Dave. Appreciate you, my dude. Have a great night. Glad you're enjoying the series, man. Oh, we got us a fight, boys. You might want to stick around just a little bit longer. We got us a big fight. And by big fight, I mean, actually, it's not that big a fight. This is a bunch of older ships. I thought that this would make us go up against, like, modern ships, man. Did they reset their tech as well? It had to have. It had to have reset the AI's tech as well. So, yeah, this is going to be a raffle stomp. Fight! Ah, that's actually a good idea there, Jordan. You're not wrong. That's actually a good idea. The Pennsylvania class considered two super dreadnoughts built for the United States Navy during 1912 to 1916. USS Pennsylvania and USS Arizona were an incremental advance to the Nevada class, with a larger displacement of nearly 32,000 tons and the same all-or-nothing armor scheme that made them durable against long-range plunging fire. These ships also featured geared steam turbines, oil fuel engines, and triple turrets reaching the number of 12 14-inch guns. Their maximum speed was about 21.5 knots. They have sent 5 battleships and 15 destroyers after us, and their battleships look to be smaller than our destroyers. That's kind of funny. All right, stop. Destroyers, turn off your torpedoes. You are to retreat. Battleships will take the fight to the enemy. Speed up time. First hit, 7,500 damage. You gotta love the sound of the big guns, man. Ooh, there's a hit. Let's start our turn here. Bring all of these secondaries to bear. First kill. Well-designed battleship, I would say. Turn away. Try to keep our distance from these little turd burglars. Huge hits on the battleship. Just gotta watch out for the little turds. Set these for AP. I feel like the AP on the secondaries will do a really good job of getting rid of these little birds. Okay, we got flash fires going, sending their turrets to space. Alright, we're getting a little too close to their destroyers here. I have no idea what their torpedo range is. Their range is 9 kilometers. We are well within range. Huge kill on the battleship. That's 2 battleships down. battleship down. Another destroyer down. This is going pretty well at the moment. I believe that is all of their battleships taken out, so from here on out it's just little turquoises. And anybody that gets hit with these 18-inch high explosive, high capacity rounds are going to be absolutely annihilated. Blam! God, just dead. God help any of these little destroyers get hit with these high-capacity HE rounds from 18-inch guns. Oh, super heavy high-capacity HE rounds, by the way. Dude, it is just insta-death if our main guns hit these guys. Well done. Dude, the sound of the bigger guns is amazing. We did lose 11 crew members, but they lost 6,300. They lost 5 battleships and 15 destroyers in this fight. 39,000 victory points. That is what we call a decisive battle. Shocker! The Chinese want to surrender. Who could have seen that coming? I would have never have guessed. All right, well, let's keep it going. 100% chance to succeed here. 2 months to finish the invasion of Weiwei. The other thing that we could potentially do is go ahead and start a naval invasion of the Liaodong Peninsula. It's going to take a little bit more tonnage. But you made a good point about Formosa. Let's hold that until later. Let's move these guys up closer to the Liaodong Peninsula. Problem is if I lose everybody here, if I move everybody in this fleet, we're going to lose our, what do you call it? Blockade. So what I'll do is I'll move everybody except one of the destroyers. Oops, that's the opposite of what I wanted to do. We'll leave one of the destroyers behind to perpetuate the naval or the blockade. All right, that should be good. Next turn. The 11 fall overboard from overpressure, pretty much. They were casualties from the overpressure. That's what it was. You're not wrong. Also, we're invading central China. Very nice. What up, Tucker? Welcome to the stream. All right, so currently we are only invading with 200,000 troops. Why? Because our army force is so tiny for no reason. Oh, I know what our army force was tiny from. It's because we had a freaking revolt, right? Like, we're no longer the government that we were. We changed governments. So we've got to regroup with all those people. That is annoying, dude. We may never get back up to the 20 million again, which is real unfortunate. It's fine. From an army logistics standpoint, I mean, they're still at 1% while we're at 100, so we should have no trouble fighting them. How much do we need up here? We need a total of 93,000, and we have plenty of tonnage there, so we don't have to worry about that. So yeah, we can invade both of these at the same time. Efficiency. What would really kick it off is whether or not we could get this and then be able to invade all three at the same time. That would be the craziest naval invasion of all time. But alas, I don't think it would be possible. I don't think it would be possibly. All right, next. Is Maine worth grinding? Or is it worth a 22 to 25 million? You got to remember, it's not just 22 to 25 million. That's just the purchase price. You still got to upgrade it. Which is why I tell everybody, like, when you're buying tier 8s, I mean, you're generally spending close to 40 million. It's like 35 to 40 million credits on one ship. So I personally think if you don't have any other tier 8s, like, sure, Maine is a fantastic ship. You're not going to hate it. It's a mini Montana. So in that sense, go for it. But if you've got the Montana, there's really no reason to play tier 8s. You know what I mean? Like if you've got the legendary tier of that tech tree, there's really no reason to get the tier 8. Because you're kind of putting yourself at a disadvantage by choosing a tier 8, right? Because you're almost certainly going to be in a legendary tier match. Occasionally you'll get a tier 8 match, but it's usually legendary tier. So you're almost certainly going to be bottom tier most of the time. Plus, you don't really get a bonus for playing tier 8 over tier 7. Tier 7 is the best, like, earning silver-wise. So, like, I don't know. Okay. Way is ours. BEA beautiful. Let's move you up a little bit further inland to prepare to invade northeast China. Can't do the... Oh, wait. This is China. Northeast China. 145,000 tons is needed. We've got plenty of tonnage. It's whether or not we can reach it from here. That is the question. We ended up mixing a couple of our fleets together, which is not ideal. But if we can put them just on the outside edge, there's a chance that we could maybe get this going at the same time. What the game will likely do is just merge all of my fleets because they're too close to one another. The game will freak out. How's this going? We are advancing, so things are going well, as we'd hope. So beautiful. We're up to 3.8 million army now. So yeah, as we conscript more and more people, like, we should be able to get pretty close to that 20 million again, but I don't know if we will ever get that many. It's fine, though. We don't really need 20 million people. Just need more men than they have. That's all we need. Our army logistics will help us win the fights as well. All right. Keep it going. Next turn. Oh my god, it is going to work. Look at the overlap. I can see it already. It's going to work. God bless the overlaps. You have no tier 8s yet? Then in that case, yeah, I would say it's worth it. If you want to try to push towards, like, feeling what those, like, legendary tier battleships and stuff are like, then yeah, going from an Iowa class to the Maine, you'll get a pretty good feel for what the Montana feels like. So yeah, I highly recommend that if you don't have them, yes, But if you do, then you don't need to. Main is not worth it. Main is not that bad. Like, in terms of tier 8, I mean, it's not the best, clearly. Most of the best ships at tier 8 are premiums. Go figure. But, like, I mean, in terms of tier 8, I mean, you got Musashi, obviously, is fantastic. You've got Repub, which is fantastic. Lepanto is kind of mid now that they nerfed the secondaries. Like, the secondaries were the one thing that gave the Lepanto, like, life. Now it's just kind of like another Italian battleship. I don't usually play it. But yeah, in terms of battleships, I mean, Temeraire is not bad, but again, I think that's premium. Most of the tech trees are just kind of meh, you know. But main is definitely not that bad. It's probably, I'd say, on the upper mid tier for the tier. So, like, you've got Musashi, you've got Repub at the top, and then you would have, like, main coming down right below those with, like, Savetsky, and, you know, Iwami, so on. Temeraire is the British tier 8 tech tree. Okay. So, yeah. Temeraire. Duncan's fantastic. I love Duncan. It is squishy, but I love Duncan personally for a battle cruiser. All right, so we are still advancing into central China. We are also taking northeast China. We have plenty of tonnage there. We're just going to end up having to split these guys all up again anyway, so we might as well put them all in one fleet. Put them all in one fleet, let God sort it out. But we are in both capture circles currently, which is perfect. Our guns are so good that we can bomb both places at the same time. Next. SFAM, this is Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It's a PC game on Steam where you get to design and build your own ships, take them into battle, and also has sort of a tabletop strategy element to it. So it's a fun game. So yeah, we have all 10 of our battleships and 19 of our destroyers together for a total of 906,000 tons, which is substantial, to say the least. All right, well, nothing for us to do. We already wiped out their navy. I mean, China went from having a navy to not having a navy in one battle. Now they're building another navy. You're having the worst time figuring out battleships. Like, people with the same or less than you can do way more damage. It just comes down to experience, my guy. If you have a chance, check out any of my Path 2 playlists on whatever battleship line you're working on. I have Path 2s for pretty much every battleship line in the game. I think the only one that I currently don't have is the Path to the Zeton. So I might have to revisit and finish that path too eventually. But yeah, highly recommend you check out those. I go into more detail about each ship. It'll do two things for you. One, it'll show you how to play the ship a little bit better, but it'll also help you counter those ships. So when you're going up against ships, you'll understand their armor. You'll understand where you need to aim to get the biggest hits, stuff like that. So highly recommend, if you haven't checked them out, check out my Path 2 playlist. There's a whole bunch of playlists. Just check out, like, you can search on YouTube, like, Path 2, and then name a ship. If you go Path to the Iowa, Path to the, you know, Bismarck, Path, whatever. I have Path 2 series on most of the battleships, as well as a Path 2 series on a lot of the cruisers in the game as well. But yeah, it'll give you a much better understanding of, you know, basics of how to operate the ship, but also go over the armor profiles of each of the ships along the way. Because the playlist starts at tier 3, I believe, and goes all the way up to the tier 7. Now, I do need to start going back in and adding the path to the finisher. So the bonus round, which is the tier 8s and legendary tiers, so that people can get a better idea for each of those as well. But for now, they end at tier 7, which gives you a pretty good understanding of what you're up against. Yeah, and that comes down to like knowing where to aim and stuff. Depending on where you're hitting, I mean, you could be overpinning, so you're getting less damage. You could be ricocheting or pinning guns or whatever, and that could absorb some of your damage. Whereas they're getting citadels on you because you're over angled or you're broadside or what have you. So, highly recommend you check it out. Should help you. And there's also the Citadel guide that's still relevant from 5 years ago that I made. That shows what or tells you what the Citadel is and how to hit it on most ships. All right, next turn. Should be done with Liaodong Peninsula. Well, as fam, I mean, that's very, very much like dependent on what the ship is, where you're aiming. Some ships have thicker armor belts. Some ships are less armored. So if you hit a less armored area with a battleship, there's a good chance you just overpin. Overpins do a 10% of your maximum damage. So for an Iowa class that does 14,110 damage on a Citadel, on a overpin you do 1410, so 1,410 damage. So if you're hitting 5 shells and you're overpinning all of them, then that would be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 6,000 damage total, instead of hitting somebody for 10 to 20,000 damage. Does that make sense? Okay, Liaodong is ours. Beautiful. That gives us an avenue into invading Manchuria, potentially. We are up to 5 million troops now, which is way more than everybody else has, which is good. So we are going to be able to commit a lot of troops to these fights and be able to progress, hopefully, pretty quickly. Then we take northeast China here, and then we'll go south to eastern China. And that will cut off all of mainland China. And then we can wait until we finish invading like the central Chinas before going into getting our Formosa. All right, next turn. You've been using Montana. Currently, only battleship I have and cruiser. I'm on Omaha. Okay. Omaha is a great ship, just like Phoenix was, but it's very squishy, just like Phoenix. It is one of those ships where you've got to keep moving. You've got to stay at range. Use HE mostly, and then if somebody gives you broadside, switch to the AP. You'd be surprised how effective it is, especially against cruisers. Obviously, if it's a battleship, maybe stick with the HE. It'll be much better off for you. But most of the time, HE will suffice for those ships. Just can't get hit, especially by battleships. But battleships will send you packing if you get hit by them. Whereas if you're in the Montana, if you don't know like how to angle well, you're probably opening the angle up too much and trying to get all of your guns to bear when you probably shouldn't. And what'll happen is you'll end up just getting yeeted. Montana is a very, very well armored ship, but if you go broadside, you will pay for it. So you got to be careful. You got to time your broadsides to the best of your ability. Wait for your enemy to shoot you while you're angled, and then turn out, get your guns involved, then turn back before they are able to shoot you again. It's a dance, is the best way to put it. I always call it the Dreadnought Shuffle. If you hear me talking about the Dreadnought Shuffle, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and like I said, there are plenty of videos out there that I have specifically in the Montana where you can see what I'm doing differently. I talk about shooting superstructure a lot because a lot of the ships that you come up against, you're simply not going to overmatch. So if they're angled at all or if they're presenting a narrow profile, go for superstructure, get those guns on target. You'll be able to do a lot of damage that way with plunging fire. But paying attention to what's going on around you, watching out for where torpedo boats are likely to be so that you don't get caught by torpedoes. All these things are things that you have to be aware of in the Montana. Well, in any ship really, but... All right, let's keep going. Okay, Northeast China is ours. Beautiful. All right, let's send these guys down to Eastern China. We are halfway to taking Central China. Xinjiang is also being taken. Very nice. We are slowly increasing our army over time. Nice. Now, the fact that these guys invaded here instead of invading over here is kind of annoying, not gonna lie. But is what it is. This one should wrap up in like 6 months. Chinese currently have 0, but they're building 22. The Soviets currently have 4 battle cruisers. Interesting. The Germans have 6 battle cruisers, 23 heavy cruisers, 16 light cruisers, 24 destroyers. The Germans are going crazy out here. It's fine, because we'll get to know them soon enough. I kind of want to save the Germans for last, but it looks like we might be on a collision course with them sooner rather than later. Because if you look, we're currently at 43% to go into war with Germany. Alright, so yeah, this will be maybe 3 months left for this one, and then quite a ways for that one. This is a PC game. How do you deal with planes? I'm assuming you're talking about in World of Warships Legends. Planes are a hard one. I mean, the higher the tier, especially with American ships, I mean, you're not going to have that much trouble with planes because especially American battleships and cruisers, they have AA everywhere. Like they're kitted out for it. That's one of the Americans' like things that they do really well at is anti-aircraft. So what I usually do, especially with American battleships, is in the first slot, because you don't have aiming systems mod 1 there like most of the battleships do, I fit the AA guns, or the AA module, in the first slot of my American battleships. And then, obviously, I go with the artillery plotting room in the 4th slot. I usually go with steering gears because I tend to do the Dreadnought Shuffle. I like to have a faster rudder, but you can swap that for propulsion mod if you want. And then, of course, you've got the concealment mod that I always put concealment on my battleships. Or on pretty much everything, actually. Alright, so this will finish in 2 months, I think. Just keep it going. Yeah, so each nation has things that they're good at and things that they're not as good at. Americans tend to be really consistent, really good armor piercing, especially on their battleships and heavy cruisers. Um, but they are also usually very good at anti-aircraft, um, at least at the higher tiers, which is tier 6 and up, and specifically tier 6 with the North Carolina and up. The Colorado's AA isn't the greatest. It's not terrible, but it's not great. So just keep that in mind. But anything tier 6 and up, usually pretty solid for the Americans in terms of getting rid of planes. Um, but the main thing to remember when you're dealing with planes is if you're dodging the planes, you're probably turning broadside to somebody doing it. And so you have to weigh your pros and cons. Do I take the hit from the planes and stay angled well to the people that can shoot me? Or do I turn broadside to those people and dodge the planes? Sometimes you gotta throw that out there. Sometimes you gotta make the hard choices. But planes suck. I think we can all agree. Planes suck. Because there's not a whole lot you can do about it. They can come at you from anywhere at any time, focus you down, and even with a good AA build, unless they just completely throw their drops, like it's kind of hard to deal with planes. All right, Central China is ours. Beautiful. All right, so we're halfway to taking Xinjiang as well. Let's go ahead and start taking Eastern China. Got plenty of tonnage for that. And then the only ports that they'll have left is here at Formosa. And I would like to take both of these provinces before we take that, but we'll see how it goes. May or may not work out that way. Next. Fight to the end. Spain mobilizes to launch a naval invasion against China in eastern China. While Spain's fleet is inside the attack zone, troops are carried and land battles occur near the shore. Yep, we got plenty of tonnage. We don't have to worry about that. All right. How are we looking with Germany? 56%. All right. Improve relations for now. I just don't want that to spice up. Not that I can't take out Germany. I can. I just don't want to end up fighting Germany yet. I'd rather take out Russia first and then fight Germany. All right. Next. Your mods that you equip to your ships generally are based on what your play preference is, but I usually go by a pretty basic setup. Like usually aiming is important in the first slot, but because the American battleships don't have it there because they have a much better aiming mod, which is in the 4th slot, they can use the AA module instead, or the gun traverse module if you want to go that route. You can also speed up your gun turret traverse in the 1st slot. I mean, it all just depends on your playstyle. All right. One other thing that you can do, if you've got a computer, which I'm assuming you do because you're watching me right now, check out a website called wowsbuilds.com. It's just wowsbuilds.com. It's put together by a community member, and people submit their builds on there for different ships, so you can see what other people are putting on specific ships and see what you know, try different things out and see what you like. All right, so we got 1 battleship, 3 destroyers. I went ahead and typed it in the chat so you guys can check it out if you're interested. Okay, turn off all your torpedoes. Retreat. Everybody else, just go forward. All of our battleships are in the same fleet right now. That is a lot of pain going downrange. There goes their destroyers, I would assume. Down goes another destroyer. And then there's just the battleship. Let's see what this battleship sees. Oh my god, you're not even a battleship. You're a coastal defense ship. Good luck with this, sunshine. Oh my god. Oh! Yes, death! Yeah, that would have been a bad day to be on that little battleship, huh? That was a lot of 18-inch shells coming in, man. Just that, you look at the horizon and the entire horizon fills up with shells, and you see your impending doom, and seconds later it's just death. Alright, so a few more months and we'll have Xinjiang. We have initiated a land invasion of Manchuria, which is huge. So that is going to plan. Loving it. And then hopefully once we get Xinjiang, we can start the land invasion of northern China. Feel bad for the crew. I don't even think they would have seen it coming unless they were on the deck at the time, which, I mean, the people in the conning tower maybe saw it. If you were on the deck in terms of like any of the smaller guns, I guess you would have seen it, but that's about it. Everybody else is inside the ship. They wouldn't even known what happened. They just, one minute they're there and the next minute they're not. It's just death. Alright, so 2 more months and this will be ours. 2 more months and this will be ours. Oh, I forgot. Hong Kong is actually its own little thing, too. I forgot about that. Well, we're going to be doing a land invasion of Hong Kong from southern China. I forgot that that was a thing. It's like sometimes you have like special ports that are their own like own little province. But, we are quickly capturing Manchuria. This is not going to take very long at all. Yeah, that's nice. And then this will wrap up next month. All right. So now the only inland provinces they have left are northern China and Manchuria. So we're already invading Manchuria. We should finish this in a few months. And then this is all that's left. And hopefully we can invade that pretty quickly. And then from there, we just naval invade Formosa and we're done. And then the next thing we got to do is go to war with Russia or Germany. I want to save Germany for last, but we'll see how that goes. Let's start increasing tension with Russia while we're wrapping up the war with China. Next. Okay, Eastern China is ours. Beautiful. Let's move these guys down. I was gonna say, there's definitely one destroyer that's like just sitting there. Which is a little annoying. But it's fine. This won't take very long, the invasion of Hong Kong. Let's hope that we get this invasion next. All right, Tucker, appreciate you, my dude. Have a great night. Appreciate you dropping in. All right, so this is 25% of the way done. This is 63, so couple of months left on each of these. Time goes flying by when you can finish everything so quickly. By the way, we're up to 12.5 million army now, while they are currently at 400,000 army. Next. Yeah, Hong Kong is currently being invaded already, so we don't have to do anything with that. It'll do its own thing. All right, so 2 more months, Manchuria will be ours. 6 more months maybe, and Hong Kong will be ours. And next month for sure, Manchuria falls. Beautiful. The takeover of China has gone pretty well. 3 to 4 months, Hong Kong will fall. Now we just need to invade northern China. Still have not declared an invasion of northern China yet. Come on, fellas. Get your shit together. Let's go. Punch him in the face. Alright, what, we got a couple of months left? 3 months, maybe? We don't have any unrest, so we don't need to worry about that. I do need to keep poking the Russians, though. Like, they're getting way too comfortable with us. I don't like it. Okay, this will be two more months. And there it is. The invasion of northern China begins. Beautiful. B-E-A-beautiful. It was at this moment they knew. They screwed up. All right. So, yeah, that'll wrap up that. Once we take that, then this will be over. 1 more month and Hong Kong falls. Okay. Hong Kong has officially joined our state. And that just leaves this, which will be an easy fight for us. And then once we take that, or get very close to taking that, we will initiate the invasion of Formosa, aka Taiwan. What a battle! It's been a pretty straightforward fight. Let's keep increasing the tension with the Soviets. Yeah, I know I said there was somebody who visited our chat a few weeks back, and they were developing a new mod, but I don't think I'm going to play any more modded playthroughs after this. It's too annoying with all of the like updates that the game's doing. Not that this hasn't been a fun mod. I mean, it has been fun. The rebalancing and everything has been fun. Not having to deal with subs and minefields and stuff like that is fun. But, yeah, at the end of the day, it would be nice to, not have to worry about it. Also, I'm very excited to hear what the company that designed or developed this game is coming up with next. Can't wait. Whatever it is, I hope it runs on more than one core. That's all I ask. Please. Alright. Keep it going. We just... Oh, I keep forgetting. I gotta keep, like, trying to, Oh, a single destroyer. Wonder how that's gonna go. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do, Jordan. The 3 Minotaur-class cruisers that were built between 1905 and 1909 for the Royal Navy were heavily armed. They displaced 14,800 tons and carried 2 twin 9.2-inch guns and 10 single 7.5-inch guns, all mounted in turrets. Their armament was supplemented by 16 3-inch guns and 5 submerged torpedo tubes, 2 on each broadside, plus 1 mounted in the stern. Alright. Sorry about that. I was checking on some comments on YouTube. I mean, look at this fleet. One salvo, or one shell is all it'll take to hit that guy. And there it is. Goes. That didn't take long. What I'll do is probably initiate the naval invasion after we get to the last 2 months, because the shortest amount of time it'll take is 3 months to take Formosa. So we'll probably wait till we have 2 months left in the naval or in the land invasion, and then initiate the naval invasion. But I got to keep trying to poke the Russians here because I keep forgetting. All right, so currently at 26, so we got a couple of months left, so keep it going. Any more? What a prodigal. Appreciate you dropping in. Any more real-time turn-based strategies? I don't know. I've never tried to get into strategy games. They always scare me because they're so in-depth, like a lot of the strategy games are. This one I just happened to get into like very early on, so I've been able to learn everything throughout time as they've added more features to the game. But oh, we have a battleship. Good luck. Your single battleship is going toe-to-toe with our entire armada. Oh, Road to the Show. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I will definitely be playing more of that moving forward as well. I don't know how often I'll play it, but I'll definitely play it at least once a week going forward, because I am enjoying it, despite it being incredibly frustrating. I may end up restarting it, and instead of doing a two-way player, just focus on pitching, because I do want to get better at pitching. I like pitching, and I don't do a whole lot of, like, my timing is terrible, as you've seen, like, I'm sure. Like, my timing is awful. I'm the worst at timing everything. But I do like the challenge of pitching, and I have gotten better at it. If I can figure out how to, like, pitch more consistently, that'd be nice. Let's see what this looks like from the battleship's perspective. Oh no, it's you again. Well, you're about to have a bad day, Mr. Battleship. Ooh. That's not the turn you want to make. I don't know if you've heard this before, but crossing this T is not what you want to be doing. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. Oh my God, we overpinned him. You lucky little turd. Oh, here they come again. There we There he goes again. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. There he goes. There he goes again. We're almost to 60 likes already. Thank you guys so much, man. Sorry, I started yawning. Started yawning. Alright. Russia. You must be upset with us. Actually, the Germans are... Oh, wait, no, that's the Chinese. I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is China down here. We are up here. And the Germans are starting to like us now for reasons. But, yeah. Just keep it going. Alright, well, keep going. Next! Yeah, I enjoy the pitching, too. I enjoy the strategy of pitching. And I don't know if you've watched Trevor Bauer's latest video on his YouTube channel. It's just Trevor Bauer. If you haven't, I highly recommend you check him out. He walks you through everything that he's thinking in the moment and how he's trying to place the ball and what he's trying to get the batter to think and see. Like, it's so good. It's so good. I don't even watch baseball, but I watch Trevor Bauer. I love Trevor Bauer's content. I think it's wrong what the MLB is doing to him as well. But at least he's doing really well for himself, and it's good to see. It's a shame that people can completely destroy somebody's career based on lies. It's stupid. Anyway, keep going. Poke. Next. All right. Keep the Germans from getting too comfortable here. Let's go ahead and increase tension with them as well. We're at 53%. Adam Wainwright? I've never even heard of him. Little older and still in the majors. Nice. So I'm assuming he's got a YouTube channel as well. Like I said, I never really got into baseball. Like, when I was younger, I used to play baseball. Obviously, we played Pee Wee League baseball, Farm League, and stuff like that when I was younger. But I never really got into baseball. I mean, I was decent at it for my age. But again, that was a long freaking time ago. I always preferred basketball. I wish I would have gotten into football. I was so scared my entire life to play football. I got into football 1 year. I went my senior year to play football. I had a blast playing football. I wish I'd have got into football sooner. I really do. If I'd have got into football sooner, I would have had so much fun, man. Because despite everything, like, I was actually pretty decently capable of moving for a guy my size. Like, I catch a lot of people off guard. And if I'd have started sooner and had actual technique to go with it, who knows what could happen. All right, so 62%. Mostly Facebook and Twitter. Okay. Oh, I've played softball. I've actually done that. Like, we played slow pitch softball with a church group a few years. It's been God, it's been several years ago, but I had a blast playing that as well. I had the same problem in that I have in real life, which is I tend to pop everything straight up. If I can just straighten the goddamn ball out when I hit it, Lord have mercy, every shot would be a freaking home run. But yeah, I tend to get under the ball too much and end up popping it straight up. Had one guy actually rob me of a home run because he jumped up and snatched it as it went over the fence. That was bull crap. Ball crap. But I hit a couple of home runs during the time. It was fun. I actually scared the pitchers that were up against me because I would just like stand there. Like they would pitch me the ball and like I don't move. Okay? Just like in basketball, I don't move. Okay? If you're coming down the lane, you're going to have to get through me. Literally. I'm not just going to move out of your way. Also, the Queen Elizabeth class. But I don't get out the way. So, like, if you're throwing the pitch, you better get it accurate. Because if you're going to hit me, I ain't moving. Now, we don't walk people by hitting them in soft pitch, right, or slow pitch, right? So, like, it's one of those situations where the batter's supposed to get out of the way. But I used it to intimidate people. Like, I would just stand there and I'd look at them as the ball would come in and they'd hit me. And I'd just stand there and be like, really? We going here? I felt so bad because I did that on one pitch. And the girl hits, or she throws the next pitch at me. And I line drive it right back at her, hit her right in the leg. I felt so bad. Like, I'm not a jerk. Believe it or not, I might be competitive. I might be like aggressive on like video games and stuff like that. I am not a jerk in real life. I know it sounds crazy, but like I am the opposite of a jerk. But I felt so bad because I clocked that girl right in the leg, man. They had to carry her off the field. I felt so bad. I felt so bad. Imagine somebody hitting a line drive, okay? It's slow pitch softball. But still, I mean, there's always that chance. If you're the pitcher, you got to be ready for the shot because there's always a chance it's coming right back to you, return to sender style. And it came right back to her, hit her right in the leg, man. Line drive. I am 6'1". At the time, I would have been 300 plus pounds. So you can imagine the gusto that ball had on it. Oh, I felt horrific. Can I play the Brits in your next UAD campaign? Design the Queen Elizabeth? I doubt that I play the British. We played the British before. I mean, it's been a long time, but I doubt that I play the British next. I'll probably be playing China, Russia, or Austria-Hungary. One of those three. Oh, that looked like death. And then there was one. There's your warning shot, Sunshine. I suggest you get the hell out of here. Wait for it. Oh, that one looks accurate. Wow! Dead. Oh, he lives. Shoot him again! Oh, here it comes. Oh, those are accurate. Ow, ow, ow. The fact that he deflected some of those rounds is absurd. Those were 18-inch rounds that got deflected off of God knows what. Unfortunately, we don't get to play as the Indian, as India, I should say. There she goes. There she goes again. All right, how close are we? We are 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 months out. So we're very close to initiating our final takeover of Taiwan. We have a destroyer versus a battleship. I mean, it's not a fight that I would necessarily want to take, but, hell, I'll take it. What's the worst that could happen? Alright, Bustamante. You're all by yourself. You have found a lone battleship. You will engage and destroy this target. You must make your torpedoes count. Actually, I'm pretty confident I could probably burn this guy down with my guns. We'll find out. We're actually able to engage him from further out because he can't see us. Oh, he can shoot at us now. Look at it. We are gonna gun down this fucking battleship with a destroyer. That is hilarious. We haven't even, like, launched our torch yet. That was scary. All right. Let's be careful here. 10 24-inch torpedoes sent out to say hello. Oh my God, we missed him. Thank God that we're causing flooding with our guns. Alright, let's go back in. We actually missed him. Who needs torpedoes anyway? We got guns. Literally, a destroyer just gunned down a battleship. You were almost 6 feet in 8th grade? Nice. What up, Masa? What up, Megan? Good to see you as well. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Almost 6 feet in 8th grade. I feel that's pretty normal for most of us that grow to be over 6 feet tall. I ended up in 8th grade. I actually was still pretty average. I was 5'7" in 8th grade, but I had my growth spurt between 8th and 9th grade. I went from being 5'7", 150 pounds, to being 6 foot and 230 pounds in one summer. Went from wearing a size 9 to a size 14 in one summer. It was crazy. I was the most awkward running person you've ever seen in your life. I made Tom Brady look like a track star. Every time I would try to go full speed when I would run, I would fall flat on my face because I'd trip over my own feet. It was awful. It was awful. You guys should feel bad for me. All right, next. Two battle cruisers. It's like the last bastion of their resistance. 14-inch guns. Okay, all right. I see you, China. You out here with your heavy cruisers and your battle cruisers. You got this. You got this, China. You just have to sink our entire armada. If you get through this fleet, you win. That's how this works. You went from 4'10" to 5'11" in one summer? You're crazy. I thought I was awkward. You had to be awkward as hell. I only gained like 5 or 6 inches. You grew like a foot. I outgrew everything too. My parents were pissed. They had to keep buying me clothes that summer, man. They were upset. Oh, it's in a thunderstorm too. I hear it. What up, support? Welcome. The SMS Magdeburg. Let's take a look at these battle cruisers, shall we? Oh, look at them go. They're cute. They won't be for long, but they're cute. They're like, run away bravely! Crap. Oh, God. That'll do it. Oh! Keeping up the long-standing tradition of the Spartan space program. Here they come. That is a swing and a miss, sunshine. Oh my God, we missed so bad we hit the other guy. Fire the guns! We missed and hit the freaking heavy cruiser again. They're firing back! Kill it! Oh my God. We just hit both of them in one salvo. They're still alive though. Keep shooting, boys. Okay, down he goes. And there was one. Look at the holes. You dare shoot back at us? We will show you. Oh, that's death. That is a whole lot of LeBonks. And here comes a whole lot more. Down he goes. Sadly, no third explosion this time. Yo, Opie, welcome. Good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. Dart, good to see you. Dude, that thunder sounds amazing. I ain't gonna lie. Especially with my headset on. All right, so that's done. We are currently at 87%, which means 2 months until this finishes. So now we will initiate our naval invasion of Formosa. All right, so These are not considered in the zone. So let's get them in the zone. This will wrap up next month. And now it is simply 6 months until the end of this war. How's our politics going? Increased tension with Russia, please. Yeah, shoes for sure. All right. Next turn. Northwest Italy has discovered oil. Isn't that nice? More oil for us. What is our oil production currently? I gotta know. Oil production is currently 789,146 barrels per 1,000 people. That is kind of ridiculous. We have a home state population of just 29.3 million, and we have an other population, so our provinces, of 1.292 billion. That is disgusting. Our army force is up to 25.5 million. Oh my God, we completely blew our old total away. That is crazy. As you'd expect by conquering all of China. Holy crap, man. Well, might as well keep it going. Next. Will I take another break from UAD after this campaign? I don't know. It depends. It depends. Maybe a week or so. The German Empire continues its quest to capture as much territory over here as possible. We did take French Guinea. I forgot we were taking that. So that's a thing. All right, well, 3 months until the war with China comes to an end. Ever play Age of Empires? I used to play Age of Empires 2 back in the day, when I was younger. All right, the Chinese last resistance. We got two battleships and a battlecruiser against our entire armada. Good luck. Come on, load the battle. Let's go. San Rafael. Send all of our destroyers away. Oh my god. Oh, that's dead. Then there was one. Then there was none. You're 5'9"? I mean, that's average. I think average is 5'8", 5'9", somewhere in that neighborhood. I'm just a goddarn gorilla, unfortunately. Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. It's like, how dare, Admiral, you're failing us so badly. This last island, we are kicking you out. Where is he gonna go? Imagine they exile him. Alrighty then. So we got, what, 2 months left? 2 months left. Let's go. Poke the freaking Soviets again. They're getting warmed up to us again. I don't like it. Poke them. AVM, I think it was you, wasn't it, that came up with the mod that you wanted me to play? And I said that I would probably play next. I'm going to probably not do that just because I've had so many troubles with these mods and how it screws up the game every time I try to do a playthrough. So, I apologize. There's a chance that I might play your mod in the future, but for now, while they're updating the darn game every like week, I think I'll hold off from doing any more modded playthroughs for a while. All right, one more month, and China no longer exists. And as one last hope, the Chinese government kicked out their admiral again. Haiti's new leader is currently considered a threat. How dare they? Let's go take Haiti. Oh, it didn't register, did it? No, definitely didn't. Wait. Haiti. Am I crazy? Where's Haiti? Am I know it's a joke that Americans are really bad at geography, but for reals, I'm pretty confident Haiti is down here somewheres. Oh, it's there. Oh, it actually did work. It's just a land invasion. I was like, I know it's down here somewhere. There it is. I found it. Don't make fun of me. I was correct. It's here. I don't know if you saw the beginning of the stream or not, AVM, but today I logged in, even after updating the mods before I logged into the game. I logged into the game and all the ships in the entire world were deleted again. Frustrating. Alright, time to post our fleet up and get ready to start thinking about attacking Russia. Increase tension. Next. Yeah, I turned the auto update off as well. Like, I legitimately did. But it didn't help. And then there were 3. Oh my god, this is the first time ever I have seen this start to be blank. We only have 2 countries left, guys. 2 countries. That's crazy. Next. Only 3 countries remain. Spain, Russia, and Germany. Who will be the champion? I place my bets on Spain. Just gonna throw that one out there. I think it'll be Spain. Keep increasing tension, please. Yeah, literally at the start of the stream today, I logged in and did my intro and everything, went to start and then realized all my ships were gone. It was awful. It wasn't just my ships, it was every ship in the game. And all of the tech trees were reset. At least from the hull's perspective. Oh no, we're under 7 trillion naval funds. What will we do? We're in the poorhouse. Clearly. It was at this moment they knew. They were... Alright, let's start to split our fleet back up again. Let's send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over there. That'll give that guy something. We will have the rest of them in this fleet for the moment. All right. Politics-wise, we're going to improve relations with Germany just for the time being. Or try. And then we're going to keep poking the Soviets because I want to go to war with Russia first. I want to have all of this manpower for when we go up against Germany, just because. Africa is going to turn into a goddamn massacre. It really is. I mean, you got so many territories bordering one another from both factions. Like, when we go to war with Germany, this is going to turn into a bloodbath for the Germans. Not for us. I don't know. They're 100% army logistics. It could be a... I mean, they're over 100 ships, too. $1.6 billion GDP. Oh, sorry. $1.6 trillion GDP. Meanwhile, look at our GDP. I didn't even know numbers got that high. Dude, what is this? This would be millions, billions, trillions. We are at 1.5 quadrillion GDP. 1.5 quadrillion. That is crazy. That is crazy. Welcome back, Anthony. Appreciate you dropping in. That being said, I am afraid that we are all out of time. We are going to go forward into 1926. And in the next episode, you guys can look forward to us taking out Russia. Or at least attempting to. Hopefully we get it done in one episode. As soon as they finish building their fleets up that I'm going to end up destroying. Hopefully the fleet is still here. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully there's no more minor inconveniences between now and next week. But with that being said, we had a great episode, man. We got so much done. So much done. We conquered all of China in one episode. including their outlying territories. We did have a little bit of a rebellion on our hands because we captured too much territory too fast, which sent our unrest into overdrive. So unfortunately, we did lose Panama. We lost Cuba, and we lost Peleliu. That's what I'm going with. That's the word. But we captured a lot more territory today than we lost. So I'm happy with how things went. So thank you guys so much for joining me. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Also, we end the stream with 69 likes. Nice.